From across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, she has won all but one of the races she has run this season. Macomb cross-country sensation Karen Paisley nevertheless had the Running Raiders circled on her calendar today because it's been an elusive title get in her career, and it's the type of course that really goes against type for her. She doesn't like all the hills. Well, she didn't seem to struggle today, emerging from a big pack early to duel Quincy High's Haley McNay at the 1 mile mark. These two ladies running and running well at this point, but it would be Paisley pulling away. She would actually win today with a time of 19:50, which was 70 seconds ahead of her next closest competition. As you see Miss Paisley cross the finish line, 70 seconds later it would be Haley McNay out of Quincy High School doing likewise to take second place on the day. And in third place, running in her first ever cross-country meet, Kylie Conroe today of Bowling Green. So that's a good 1, 2, 3. Liberty girls ultimately win the title today. We'll talk more about them in a second as you see Miss Conroe crossing the finish line for Bowling Green. Meanwhile, on the boys' side today, pretty darn good set of affairs. Let's continue with the highlights if we can. You're looking at the legend, Matt Chance out of Bowling Green. His team always good, defending champs here as everyone emerges from the gate today. We'd start you right off the bat in this one with lots of great action. Right out of the gate, a two-man race in this one. Dan Plunkett, who you see on the left, not local. Luke Watson right there from Quincy Notre Dame, keeping pace early on in this match. But Pleasant Plains' Dan Plunkett would end up ultimately grabbing the victory today. Luke Watson, though, caps a 2-3 local finish as Mr. Watson going to cross your finish line here. Jack Cavett from Macomb also crossing the finish line. The Mexico boys were your team champs today. Quincy Notre Dame, led by Luke Watson's strong finish, ended up finishing third. Now let's check the scoreboard today. Lots of soccer for you. The Quincy Blue Devils winners over Rock Island behind a pair of goals from Blake Herman. And Hannibal, for the first time since 2007, beats Moberly. Blake Hossley with 2 goals in that for the victorious Pirates. Also in tennis, Quincy High School, too much for Sacred Heart Griffin, and Palmyra blanks Mexico. And in girls golf today, Hannah Rosen leading Quincy High School to a third-place finish in a triangular today up in Galesburg. Softball, no, we'll start with volleyball for you. Quincy High taking on Sacred Heart Griffin and doing work. Brooke Agard delivers the early message with the side out there to give her team a 6-5 lead at that point. It was a lot of Michaela Llewellyn in this match, and she was really, really good. You're going to see her coming from the left side here to swing hard and throw down one of her 9 kills on the night. Michaela was just absolutely a monster at the net tonight. The Blue Devils getting lots of strong play across the board in game number 1. Whitney Buss with a nice kill here, and then it would be Alex Dietrich making her presence felt as well. Blue Devils still undefeated, improving to 15-0 tonight with a 25-11, 25-16 victory. Also today on the Spikes circuit, we've got Holy Trinity winning a pair. The number 2 team in the state of Iowa, small school class, beats Harmony in 3, leaving no doubt about that one, and also beats Van Buren in 3 to improve to 11-0 on the season. Elsewhere, it was Liberty beating Western in 2. Unity hanging on to beat West Hancock in 2. We've got Rushville Industry led by Madison Kessler's 8 service points, beating Brimville in straight games. Also Griggsville Perry knocking off Pleasant Hill. And Pittsfield tonight losing to Brown County. Kendall Harper at 13 service points for the Hornets. Let's talk some softball. Mark Twain. Oh, this is Mackenzie Grossman coming off a perfect game over the weekend. She was pretty darn close to perfect again today as well. Early strikeout for her. She'd do a lot of this. 9 Ks on the day for Miss Grossman. Also a no-hitter. She did give up a run, but it would be unearned in the first inning, and her team would rally nicely behind her today as Mark Twain pulls off the victory behind Miss Grossman, who also had a pair of hits on the day. Mark Twain wins by the final count in this one of 4-1. Elsewhere in softball, it was Palmyra beating Sal Shelby. 2-0 was the score we got called in. We also have Monroe City blanking Paris. Clark County gets a big day from Kaylee Roberts at the plate. She also was the winning pitcher in a victory over Schuyler County. It was North Shelby 2-1 over Putnam County, and Scotland County beats Knox in an upset of sorts 2-0, or maybe not. Scotland County's played very well. Let's take you back to highlights from last night. Scotland County Brashear, a game we did not get to show you. Megan Creek has been pitching like an incredible mound ace of late. She had 16 strikeouts last night on the offensive side of things here. Haley Dial coming up right here and doing some nice work with a double to right center field. It was all Scotland County last night as they won that game 11-2 outside of a Shelby Salter home run. Let's pass along a little bit of other news. New Illinois high school football poll is out, and for the first time this season, the Macomb Bombers are in. Kelly Sears' career debuts at the 10th spot in Class 4A after a 3-0 start to the season. Also, the Jacksonville Crimsons are in the move in 5A this week, jumping 3 spots to number 10. from number 10, I should say, to number 7. Central Southeastern is still 10th in 2A, and Concord Triopia is still 3rd in Class 1A. Finally, we'll wrap up with 2 soccer scores. Culver-Stockton women win in extra time tonight over Clark, 1-0 your final. The Culver-Stockton men not as lucky, losing to St. Ambrose by the final count of 3-2. And the St. Louis Cardinals currently leading San Diego on the West Coast 2-0 at last check.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Indeed.